finally. Okay, here we are. I am so sorry, but I streamed yesterday live on Facebook and I got all my settings messed up. I got all my settings messed up for YouTube. So I didn't know why it was working because I put it back, but I was putting the wrong stream key. I mean, I was putting the stream key in long technical stuff. So let me see who's here. And I know you can barely see my face because of all this stuff. Let me see. Hi, Lena, Pam, Sharon, Zenta, Fran, Cindy, a second Sharon, Caroline, Millie, Sylvia, Donna, Janice, Elaine. Hey, we are all here. Huh? Yeah. Okay, so let me check where are we when it comes to what has been chosen. You know, I so hate YouTube is going through a whole bunch of changes, and because of that they change completely the layout, the everything. So one day you see something in a way and the next day you see everything differently. So it's like, okay, where's my studio, where's my creator stuff, where's my videos, where's my dashboard? Okay, so let's see, what did we get here? So we had like this, designing a piece of jewelry from scratch, practically 2 requests on some autumn themed necklace with this season's fashion colors. Yeah, Jennifer kind of went twofold because she said, if not, then some interference powders. Okay, then it was glow in the dark clay and powders, Halloween theme, veneer out of canes, and then a third fall themed. So I think we are pretty much more on the fall themed. There was only 1 request for Halloween. I promise you next Sunday we'll start the Halloween. I'm gonna try and squeeze in between the stuff that we didn't finish, but we'll make a few more Halloween themed things. Okay, so let's see if we are talking about, and let me go back here and look, because if I remember right, it was something with fall colors, yes, but okay. So by what I remember, it was still with shells and stuff. So let me see, what does it say? And let me show you what I'm looking at, right? Okay, so long earrings, that's still carried over for the last 3 seasons. They are long earrings, and I hope I don't get into any trouble because this is the internet, it's a website. Okay, big earrings, single earrings again. Well, actually here with the single earrings, before it was earrings of different shapes, rhinestones, tassels, boho. I love boho, so we can do some boho. Oh yeah, again, mismatched earrings, hoops, shiny chokers. And by the way, I got some new choker baking blanks if you want to Look at them. Colorful gemstones. Go logo, but we cannot put logos for ourselves. Safety pins and other object jewelries. As you can see, there's all kinds of fetish amulet and twisted jewelry. And by the way, I have some things I will show you soon. Dramatic brooches, so we can go for that. Industrial chain necklaces, luxury chain links. Pearls, these continue since spring. They were spring, summer, and now fall and winter. Opulent matching sets, jeweled bibs. So we are full of jeweled bibs. And chunky bracelets. We can do this till there's no tomorrow. And body jewelry, well, we don't do much of that. Masks, we aren't going to wear masks when we go grocery shopping or at work. I see a lot of sequins, a lot of... But let's see what Pantene says about the colors. Hold on. If I remember, there were some yellow, some really beautiful, not Pantene, Pantone. Why did I say Pantene? I have no idea. There were some beautiful yellows and corals and stuff. Let me see. Yes, I remember right. So chili pepper, Viking red, that's pretty much like our alizarin crimson. A lot of oranges, earth tones, corals. They look very earth tony, very much into the whatchamacallit, the souffle. Let me get back here. So let me see, where are we? Hi Walking Pure Heart, Creative Pegasus. Yes, I used to. Hi Carol, I used to wear a lot of those. Hi Kimba. Hi Angela. Hi Maritza. Hi Sonia. And yes, I know some people don't like to say hello, hello, hello. I'm sorry, I do. I think that it's really requested. Why am I here? Oh, I turned off the wrong thing. Never mind. Okay. Yeah, I don't miss those very bright colors either, and the exceptionally big bell bottoms. But if we are going, what do you want? Whisper's been very picky about food. You want to go outside? Give me just a second. I'm sorry, but he cannot hold it. Come on. Come on. Come on. And I am so sorry, and I have to warn you that if Whisper comes and says he needs to go outside, I'll have to interrupt myself, because poor guy, he's like an 82 years old human, and he cannot hold it. I'm sorry. But I don't want to spend the rest of the day cleaning the laundry room. Okay, so let me see. If we go, yes, I've been working on some, let me get these out of the way for a minute. I've been working on some canes, and yes, we'll do some more canes. Yeah, what I figured out about, and talking of which, I'm going to, I thought this, I didn't do in a long time a Mokume Gane. And I know that all of you love my Mokume Ganes, so why not actually do some Mokume Gane? Okay, you go down. And by the way, something that the ones of you who check my Amazon influencer store all the time might have noticed, I found these to be exceptionally useful, especially with the chunky bracelets that are going to be so much in fashion this winter, fall and winter. These are called mousse rings. They are used in pastry and sweets and stuff, but as you can see, they make perfect baking blanks. They are very, very wide. They don't have any lip on either side. Now, when you purchase them, and you'll see that there's 2 of them in the store, be very careful. Do make sure that you get the 2.75 inch diameter. I did return 3 times. Finally, I gave up on that seller, and it's not the one that is put in the Amazon influencer store, because they had, you could choose from different sizes, and I kept choosing 275, and they kept sending me either hold on, I'm trying to get something out here. Oh, come on, get out of the way. Either 3 or 3.5. And I know it doesn't seem like much, but on the hand, it's huge. I ended up keeping one of them because I thought they are great for boxes. Why not? Mokume Gane is not that hard to do. And then there's also, they are less tall, but these are great if you have any children. These are the 225. So if you have a granddaughter or any child, because they are too small for a big. Yes, they are in the Amazon influencer store in the baking blanks section. If you need me to put up once again the influencer store link, I can. And also another thing that I did announce on Facebook. I found 3 new. Yeah, Sharon, but get the 3 inches, not the 3.5. I'm telling you, 3.5 is humongous. Okay, so this is the link for the influencer store. And look in the baking blanks. Then the other thing, if you look in the cutters, I found, and this was funny, if you look in the cutters, the first 3 cutters are the new Scalpey cutters. And how I found them, I got accepted on all the other Amazons, the Amazon Co. UK, Amazon France, Amazon Canada, Amazon everywhere. So now I need to build my stores there, and I know that for the ones of you who are my subscribers and followers from overseas, that will be really rejoicing, because I would always get people very frustrated that they could not find the stuff that's in my influencer store in their local Amazon. And it's a lot to pay for overseas shipping. But I was getting ready my UK store, and I found these cutters. Hold on, whisper once back inside. Okay, and I was trying to populate the that store, and I got to the cutters, and when I was adding cutters, I'm like, oh, what's this? And when I saw what's that, I was like, oh my god, I need to find these for the US store, you know. So I went ahead and added them. And another thing that I found, I actually need to bring them here because there was too much here. I need to make sure I added them. I know that the rectangular one I did, because we are going to make a ton of the smallest is 2.5 inches. The one that you want to get is 2.75. And I put, remember that there's those little speech bubbles where the items are in the store. If you hover over them, you'll see, because on many of them I put notes. And you'll see what I do. I didn't get yet to Canada. Thank you, Anna. Okay, so let me make sure that I did place these in the store. Yes, they are. So this one, well, maybe the smallest one, not so much, but I thought that this one is absolutely fabulous for boxes. I mean, look at the height of it. And you can make a bigger box and you can make a smaller box or a tiny, but, and it's tall enough to make it really good. And especially for, I have a project in mind, and that's not going to be a tutorial, it's going to be a work in progress, and probably I will post more work in progresses as time goes by. And I'll say another thing here in a minute. But, and they are in the baking blanks, these ones. And then there's a whole set of various shaped mousse rings that are fabulous for boxes. Patiently waiting for what? No, Cindy. The above link is the US. I did not yet populate the Canadian one. It takes a lot of time to, probably to make it full, it would take me about 3 hours per store. So that would be per Canada, per UK, per France, per Italy, per Germany, per Australia, and whatever, how many other ones are. And you can see this will be fabulous for Valentine's, but even for Christmas, I mean, we can do stuff for Christmas like this. And then square as well. And I honestly find them much better. And yes, there are rounds too, but I had my hands full, I didn't bring them in. And the rounds are 3 inches, I think. I find them better than the biscuit cutters, because what happens with the biscuit cutters, because of the handles that are very hard to, I mean, they are welded here, you cannot remove them. So number one, you have the lip, and number two, it's only usable up to here. And then you have to be very careful how you cut this in a perfectly straight line. While with these ones, and by the way, you can look, just make sure, as I said, be careful with the diameter. You can find some that are not so tall, so you wouldn't have to make such wide. Oh yes. Yes, Prime is absolutely fabulous, because yeah, you do have a few extra box added to the price, but I don't know how to tell you. With the Prime, it's guaranteed delivery. Yes, these are in the US Amazon list. I did, as I said, I didn't get, I think in the UK I already put a few there. And let me give you the link to the UK one as well. Just a second. And I'll check if I did put the... Yes, I did put these in the UK store already. So this is the UK store. Okay, so let's get back. Oh yeah, there was one more thing I wanted to show you, and of course it's not here either. Anyway, I'll just take this out of here, because that should work just fine. I'm working on a specific necklace. Let me take it off. Where's my... I'm working as usual on several things at the same time, and that makes it so that my tools disappear. Aha, I found a big Pandora thing. Oh my god, don't tell me I'm so... prices are a little bit higher if you have Prime, but not by much. Just a little bit higher. So actually, you know what, let me update the text. Okay, updated it. Okay, so I still did not find my I'm looking. Oh, there it is, my X-Acto knife. To remove it, yes, the pearl is always fabulous in mica shift. Yeah, this one is going to be a fairy, the Imprisoned fairy necklace. I cannot give you more details than this. But I found, if you look in the baking blanks, and I did put a few in the UK already. Hold on, I don't see. I found a few of these necklaces. That would be nice. Yes, Kimba. I found a few of these necklaces that are actually textured. And I thought, well, if I use these, and I make it just a tad thicker, I don't have to worry about putting a backing on it, do I? Right? Okay. Might have some, I might need a little bit more. I need a different knife, not this one. Oh, come on. I'm trying to show off and it doesn't. Okay, no, this one doesn't work for taking something out. I need my fruit knife and I don't have it here. Let's just grab a regular baking blank. Okay, let's just use this one because this one works just fine. What from Pandora, Cindy? What is from Pandora? Yes, you'll see I put a few more that are textured. I have one in the kitchen, but I don't want to keep going back and forth. So if you go in the baking blanks, you'll find quite a few of these, and also some bracelets. And as I said, some of them might look more expensive, but considering the fact, like for example, there's a beautiful bracelet blank that I want to get. Sorry, I have a frog in my mouth or something. And it is like close to $20, but when I look at it and I'm thinking, goodness gracious, I would also need a texture, because I love the texture. I would need a texture like that, and goodness only knows how much the texture would be. So yeah, I have it on my list to buy it next. Yes, and as I said, these might seem expensive, but considering the fact that you can pretty much work on them until you're almost done and not have to worry that it's going to flatten, that it's going to get messed up, you know, it's so much better. So we are going to use this one, and now let's create a Mokume Gane with fall colors, and I'm going to use a little bit of orange. Yes, yes, yes. And yeah, if your fingers are thicker than mine, or they are more prone to having issues pinching, this is why these are so awesome, because if you cannot take it out, you just rip it open. They are cheap and you can throw it away, you know. Okay, so let's use some orange. Let's use some cadmium yellow. I got all kinds of stuff here, the stuff that I've been working on. Let's use a little bit of that beautiful alizarin crimson, because you all know how beautiful it looks with other stuff. The best thing, Lina, is to get on the thickest setting, then double it, and then go with the roller a few times over it, and then put it on, because the ideal thickness for both bracelet and the necklace, if you want them to be a little bit flexible but not break easily, is about 1.5, one thickest thickness and a half. So usually I would go, like if I go on the makings, you know, the ones of you who have makings, you know, you have a 1 that's the thickest, and then the 2 is quite thinner than the thickest. And for example, when I do a bracelet, of course, if it's a baking blank that doesn't have a texture, I will do it in 3 stages. And I first, number 1, I do the sheets. I put 3 sheets, and each sheet would be between either 4 or 5 thickness, depending on what treatments I do on it. Okay, now let's get some white. It's in the organizers in the influencer store, and believe me, let me put it this way, it is true, and I am super grateful when you buy from my influencer store, because that helps me get and test all kinds of supplies and things. But on the other hand, that influencer store is also there to help you too, because that's a perfect place for me to gather stuff and have it nicely organized, so that you can find things easy. So if you go in the influencer store in the organizers area, you will find this is a fridge box. Okay, and then these, I actually have 2 sizes. These are 4 by 6, And then there are also some that are bigger. They are like 6 by 8, in which I keep my veneers. But the thing is that, yes, like almost everybody else, I used to keep my clay that I had leftovers in, you know, the sheet protectors in a folder. But the thing is that, to be very, very honest with you, no matter how well you put your clay, your sheet of clay, no matter what, you still need to condition it. If clay sits for more than 2 hours, you need to condition it. And I'm preparing the conditioning tutorial, only that I want to make some animations, so that's why it takes a little bit longer. Because what happens, you have the you'll know that polymer clay is plastic, right? And it's made of tiny particles of PVC and then some plasticizers. And like pretty much all molecules in this universe, I'm trying to put it in very layman terms, they have electric charges. And if you have just the PVC particles without the plasticizers, they break. And because the PVC particles, when they bake, they start absorbing most of the plasticizer and they swell up, and that's how they get together. Like imagine that you have wax. If you would have little beads of wax on a hot plate, how they flatten and they create a full sheet. And that's what happens when polymer clay gets baked. Now, if there is no plasticizer in between the molecules of PVC, then that area will not get together very well, and it's going to be a very, very weak area, and your piece is going to break. Because that's my name. Sharon. Kalyana is just the business name, the channel name, the website name. My name is Dave. So the thing is that those polymer clay is considered a plastisol. It's like the ketchup. You know how it changes viscosity if you move it? It's the same thing with the polymer clay. When you condition and you manipulate it, it becomes soft and it can keep you can sculpt it and modify it, but then when you don't manipulate it, it's going to keep the shape. That's what a plastisol is. Unfortunately, like all things with an electric charge, they tend to move. So if you let it sit in, the plasticizer, the PVC molecules start hugging each other and they squeeze out the plasticizer. So that's why you need to condition, and that's what I'm trying to do in animation to make it easier to understand. But this is why you always have to condition your clay. And I find that when keeping them in these cellophane, actually the best it is when you wrap them in cling wrap. But that makes it very messy to organize, to see, to everything. So I found that these cellophane bags do a much better job than the sheet protectors. Okay, I talked for 10 minutes about, I found these better than the sheet protectors. But that was the idea. Okay, now another thing that we can use that is beautiful, and it's one of the colors of this season, is the chili, the new color of Premo. We can use this. Obviously, we can use this. And let's see if I find any other color that's in vogue. Already got the Lizard Crimson. Yeah, I think that this is pretty much it. We'll go with those. Maybe, you know what, let's put a little bit of pearlescent there. I'm gonna put a little bit of this magenta pearl, and I'm going to use a little bit of copper, and then some translucent. We are going to make it so rich, but at the same time we are not going to make it look too busy. Okay, so the white and the black, if you have ever watched my Mokume Gane series, mini series, and if you didn't, let me link it for you, because there's where I explain how to combine the colors. Okay, let me find it. Okay, so this is the link, and in the very first video in this playlist I explain a lot about colors. Okay, now let's see what we are going to do with these. And actually I have 3, 4, 5. Let me add another one. This is a raw sienna. Yes, I've been working with a ton of things. So number one, let me see if I don't have too much stuff here. So the way that I do it, so you see it's kind of like 1.5 kind of flattened out. Because I don't want to, I never want to make too much of something. So if I do this, and this, it doesn't matter the order, I'm just trying to see how much it covers this area. So yeah, I need to remove a little bit. I'm going to remove this, because always a darker color is going to take yes, you'll be able to watch them in the chat will be replayable, number one. And yes, usually after the video is processed, I go back and I edit the video description, and I put another thumbnail, and I put the links of what I used. Sometimes I forget, and I'm very grateful when you tell me. Well, number one, your best thing, and I do have a how to clean your pasta machine tutorial. Let me try and find it. Okay. But the quick and easy way, so this is the link to how to clean your pasta machine tutorial. But let me see if my, because I didn't manage to get under the table to fix this video camera, it keeps going nutters. No, I need to replace it. Because it just keeps jumping out of. Yes, I know. Oh, not this one. This one. Yes, I know. Just keeps telling me that it's nothing. Let's see. No, I might have to re-add it. Oh, stay there now. What the heck? Yeah, I know. If you don't stand still. Like, I'm out, I'm out. Well, sit where I put you and you won't be out. You know? Okay. I'm sorry, I talk to my computer a lot. Okay, let's see. There we go. Alrighty. There we go. Bye, Anna. Okay, so the way you do it, this is the next price on Facebook. It's a full pan pastel tower. I'll announce on the... Okay, so just plain paper towels. First, fold it, alcohol. So buy 71% alcohol from Target or other places, and then a little $1 or $2 spray bottle from the cosmetics area. And you go underneath, right where the roller meets the blade, and you first do this. You wipe really, really good there on both sides. Theoretically, the best thing, as you'll see in that video, is to turn it upside down, but I cannot do that right now because I need to remove the motor. Then you go under the top ones, and you'll see there's quite a bit there too. And then again, fold it, alcohol, then you get some on your go setting down to force the paper a little bit. And your last bit of defense, translucent. Lower. And keep your cleaning translucent on the corner here. And you're good. Yeah, or white. You can use white as well. Okay. Now, I'm going to run all of these through the pasta machine on the... Yeah, I said that I'm going to remove some of that red and some of this. Then I'm going to remove some of this. Because why? When the darker color will always try to overpower. And also, the other thing, when you do, kind of try and calculate how you're going to put it in. Always do the light one first, and then the other thing that you can do for a long time now, I don't have it here anymore because I don't have any more room, but I had my very old Amaco machine that I gave away, that was a crank, but the only thing I was doing on that machine was translucent, white, and pearl white. No other color of clay would touch that machine. So just get a very, if you work a lot with this stuff and you're really upset and you're doing really immaculate white stuff or translucent, you know, they are under $20. Get the cheapest machine you can and use that only for conditioning and working with white and translucents and white pearls. Okay, so number one, I'm gonna get them through the pasta machine, and I'm not going to show you just that. And I don't care much if they have spots. Another thing, don't be so, whenever you get a little speck here or there, don't be upset. Because by the time you're done, nobody's going to know about it. It won't be noticeable anymore. And I said I was going to use a little bit of copper too. Now, what clay is this? It is Premo. And one makings. Yeah. As I said before, whenever people ask me what clay do you use, it depends on what I'm trying to make. For anything that involves deformation, you want a soft clay. So Cernit is beautiful, Premo is great, Souffle is beautiful, even Fimo soft, but yes, sure. I think it might not allow you, Sharon, so I think that the best thing to do is to send me a message on Facebook. And because usually YouTube is very, very protective with links posted by people who are not the channel owner, you know, to avoid spam and scams. So better send me a message on Facebook, and I will put it there, and I'll say that it's from you. Okay? All right, so the thing that I'm going to do first and foremost is I'm going to make a Skinner blend. And I'm trying to measure my stuff. It's going to be a very obnoxious Skinner blend here. And you can see I'm not really measuring anything. So alizarin crimson, cadmium yellow, orange, chili. This is going to be one of them, and then I'm going to add some of this magenta. Actually, I think I'm going to add it here. I'm going to add it here. Here, okay. Second mix, going to use still this, and I'm going to put in the copper with the orange on top, and this time I'm going to put the magenta here. Let me see, the alizarin crimson here, the magenta here, with a little bit of copper. No, I'm going to put some more of the chili here. Okay, this sounds like very, very weird, huh? Okay, so oh, you know, this is something for the ones of you who don't know. I finally made a Facebook group for it's a closed group for my subscribers and followers on Facebook. And I was thinking I need to make a unit for swaps, because I also activated in the group mentorship and units, so that when somebody has a question, they can go in. They are organized by, you know, clays, paints, pearls, okay. You know what, Cindy? Is that a capital B? Because I don't feel comfortable to leave your email address on a public thingy here. So I'm going to message Zenta on Facebook your email. How does that sound? Hi, Victoria. Okay, so Cindy, I sent a message to Zenta with your email. All right, so what I was talking about, and you find it in the community section here on YouTube, and you can find also the announcement in the Facebook. Okay, hi Grams. Okay, let me post the link. Anybody who's a follower or a subscriber? Because, yeah, I had somebody who came in because I have some questions, you know, like most groups. And one of the questions is, for how long have you been following my social network presence, blah, blah. And this lady's like, I don't know who they is. Hey, what the heck are you doing here? You know, I mean, seriously. Okay. So I'm going to start doing the Skinner blends. And you know me, all the time I'm doing a lot of messy, so-called messy Skinner blends. Because I have the vision of the color. Haha. I know, it looks very messy and very weird. But this is how the bird thing sings. You can make it nice and pretty like I showed in the last live. Okay, this one needs to be here. And always when you flatten, you need to make sure that you don't get your lines messed up too much. As I said, unless you're trying to imitate a specific color of a flower or a specific gemstone color, there's no reason to be all worked up because you didn't put this 2 millimeters more to the right. It's gonna be pretty no matter what. Okay, so now I'm going to roll them, and the best thing, because you see how they are completely unruly at the end. Okay, so the B small. All right, I'll let Zenta know. But you understand what I did that, right, Cindy? Because the live chat is still you can replay, you can choose to replay, and I'm not at all comfortable with your email address being out in the public. You never know. I mean, there are a lot of email gatherers and all kinds of scammers and spammers out there. Okay, now let's do this one, and again, because it's very unruly at the end, I'm going to simply fold it and make sure that my colors kind of go color on color. Because whenever you roll, you kind of speed up the mixing of the colors. Yeah, you can, if you don't have Facebook, Cindy, and you want to contact me, if you go to the channel, it's going to show you my email, how you can email me. to do that one more time, and then I can go it's not about, yeah, that's what I did too. I got an atlas. It's not about being secured or whatever, Cindy. It's about the fact that people get your email address, and then you're gonna start getting all kinds of spam emails. And some of them can be dangerous. And one more time. And you can see how it already starts shaping up in a lot of gorgeousness. Look at how pretty. Yeah, I paid like $7 for the atlas that I found at Goodwill. It was brand new. It was a vintage, but it was brand new, never used. So vintage without the holes for the motor, unfortunately. Okay, and with this one I can start Skinner blending it, okay? Okay, one is done. We don't need it to be super duper exceptionally good. Yeah, I got one too, but not that kind. Okay, so let's do this one again a couple times in a roller. And they will have to be approximately of equal size to be able to create the Mokume Gane. Okay, and see, with the, as I said before, you can get rid of most of the little raggedy things that appear when you create a Skinner blend simply by rolling it in a plug, because once you roll it in a plug, you go in and you push those ends in, and you can use an acrylic block for that as well. But see, I chose only colors from the Pantone color scheme, and they are slightly different. I think I can start it. They are slightly different, but they are in the same spirit, if you want. There we go. Okay, now put a small b, Zenta. Small b, not capital B. Okay, now I'm going to do a little bit of a trick. That is, let me see, we have 3, almost 4. Let's extend it to make it pretty much square. I got almost 4 of them inches. So I'm going to put it in 2. Same for this one. Almost 4. I think I'm going to just get it on a slightly thinner setting. And just one setting down to get it pretty much on the same level. I don't want it to be smaller, but the extra I can cut and put away. Now, next thing I'm going to do is to get the black and the white on a very thin thing. Yeah, that's pretty much gone when that happens. Okay, and I'm going to come back and work on this. Now let me do this one. Okay, so I need this actually to be a little bit thinner. So let's see, because you've been asking me, how do you get these to be always the size you need? Watch. There's a ticker up there. Read it. Okay, and I want it to be the size of one of these. Now it is, I'm going to make it smaller, thinner, that is. Let's get on to the black. Okay, now we got everything we need. And the next thing I'm going to do that is going to look crazy is 2 of these halves. I am going to cut them in half. And we shall start practically layering for the Mokume Gane now. And yes, you can get this through the pasta machine if you want to get it completely Skinner blended, but I'm going to just leave it like this. Okay, so this part, this one actually I want it thinner than this, so it's too much, and I'm going to do it much thinner. Okay, so this is on the 9 on the makings. And I don't want to get air bubbles in there, so I'm going nice and thin. And then, so this was this one, so this one comes up on top. And then a black, and again I don't want to trap air. And this, actually I'm going to put it backwards like this. And then more white. Yeah, I'm thinning it out even more. And black. The what? Yeah, you know, you really need to watch my Mokume Gane series, because you'll find some stuff there that you probably haven't seen anywhere else. Okay, so I'm going to thin these out. Right? And always, whenever you're thinning out your Mokume Gane stack, always flip it over, because when you're using your roller, the top layer is going to try to get wider than the bottom part. I want to get them back to like 4 inches height, and we cut in the middle, and we restack. That means you make it too busy. Okay, now what I am going to do this look thin enough? Now it needs a little bit more thinning, so I'm going to go one more time with it. Because you need to have your sheets about between 1/4 and 1/3 of a millimeter. Okay, now note something. If I cut this in half once again, it's going to be pretty much half of the necklace, right? So I'm going to do a little trick here, and yes, I'm going to cut it in length. Let me grab my big cutter, because I have this one. This is from Tiny Pandora, and it's the best rigid blade I've ever had. It's in the kit with the long triangle thingies. But it's the best rigid blade I've ever had. Okay. And then we are going to do some stamped Mokume Gane. Now on one of them I'm going to do it with the black part up. The other one I'm going to do it with the colored clay part up. First stamp. I mean, you can use whatever stamp you want, but I'm going to use this basically a big floral. These are cool tools, and I know they are among the most expensive on the market, but they are worth every penny because they are so absolutely fabulous. And I need to clean this one here a little bit. I did a satin slice with it. Okay, so on this one I'm going to use this cool tool, but you can use whatever other floral you have. I'm just going to use this one. And first I'm going to place some of this. So I said the Mokume Gane will be on the black side. As I said, I'm making a stamped Mokume Gane. Let me find a piece of wax paper. And this is usually a little bit hard for me, but I managed to do it. So I always start at the top and pull towards me. It's easier for me than to go this way. This is one of them. I'm gonna put it aside and do the other one. So on this one it's going to go with this part in. Awesome, Zenta. And once again, I'm going to use the same trick. And there we go on this one as well. And now it's time to shave. And I think I'm going to get this zoomed in a little. Let me see. And I need my readers. I have clay on my readers. Okay, let's get the first one first. And what I suggest when you do something like this, get yourself a piece of wax paper to put the shavings, because if you put those shavings on black clay or on green clay or on something that would be very striking against this one, it's going to be gorgeous. And I'll show you after this. Okay, so I want to press this on the tile a little bit to make sure that it's going to sit. Let me zoom in a bit. Hi, Jessica. Yes, you're late. Okay, now we can go. I did too much here. Too much, too much, too much, too much. Too much. Let's get rid of this. And get this back up. I don't have an easy hand today. Sorry. Some of you know that once a month I don't take pain pills, and this is that time of the month. So I'm in a little bit less control than usual. Bye, Angela. And see, I'm not going to even go full under. I'm going to leave some of the texture in, some of the top. And this is pretty much the perfect thickness. So all it will need to have is burnishing, but before I burnish, let me shave the other one. Hey. Hi, Stara. Okay, you don't see all the way to the end here. Oh yes, the stainless steel soap is awesome. Thank you. Oh, hi, Carrie. I hadn't noticed you. I'm sorry, I've got my face buried in here. Okay, and if you are curious, because I'm not going to use all of this, obviously, because we are going to have two different things on the necklace, right? And if we go like this, match half, this is extra, and this is extra. Then what should I put in the middle? This is extra. And this is extra. These can go, for example, for a regular Mokume Gane. What do you want? He wants something again. You're a pain. Generally speaking, you're a pain. You know that, right? He's been really bad about eating this past week. It's like he only wants one thing a day. But I never look in the Amazon influencer store on textures, because they are there. Oh, the ice cream truck. Yay. Okay, so regular Mokume Gane, right? Regular. Let's give it a few punches. Smaller punches, and not too much stuff, obviously. And this should be enough. Yes, I am cutting a Mokume Gane like if it were a cane. So it is a little busy because it was created with the idea of the stamp. But it pretty much looks like a crazy lace agate. So there we go, we have a veneer for a bracelet. No, he wants attention. He's, as I said, he's been horrible about his food. One day he eats only sweet potatoes, next day he only wants to eat chicken, then the next day he will only eat, I don't know, fish. And but you know, I'm thinking he's probably, I mean, definitely in his last year of life. So, there you go, regular Mokume Gane. All in colors of fall, but let's go ahead and burnish these. Let me get this to the side, and I said I'll show you in a second how these look on black. But just to give you an idea, so this is some black. Let me get a tiny thing to put on it. And this is on black. Looks like algae, like kelp. Okay, so always for burnishing you use the wax part of the wax side of the wax paper. First, gently burnish with your finger. That's pretty much one of your best tools for burnishing, if you don't hurt much. Under the screen, Judy. Thank you. Because you want to make it all of the same thickness. And with absolutely no differences of level on the surface. See how here I have a spot where the wax paper did not adhere, so that means that that is much lower, but I don't really care because it's going to be on the side where it's going to be cut off anyway. So that's a spot where I don't really care. Okay, let's get this one done too. Oh, not this one. Sorry, wrong one. And the second one again. The waxed part down. Thank you. Yeah, I sure hope to be able to. I was thinking about the D-stash. I think that I'm going to make it the easier way, so it wouldn't take me again another week to be able to do it. I think what I'm going to do like I did before I had the website. I'm going to make a sale button on the blog. And I'm going to just count the D-stashes, you know, like before, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. And then just embed the video. And I said D-stash 1 at minute this, D-stash 2 at minute this. Instead of having to take photos of each and every D-stash and upload it on the website and put description and all that. Because that would be much easier to do. Now see, on that one is not that prominent, but on this one you can see better difference in the what I did with the cut in half and turn around. You can see how you have the contrast here. Oh, these ones are bright on dark, then they change to dark on bright, and then they change again. They're a little bit paisley like, honestly, but on this one it happens the same thing, only that because they are flowers, they are hibiscuses. And here I messed up when I cut, sorry, but you can see the differences, how the flowers on dark look different than the flowers on bright. It was my mistake that I messed up when I cut, but that's why this one is much easier to notice. Okay, now let's go ahead and place it here. Now, which of these I said this darker side. Let me see, I don't want to mess up the middle. Okay, so the middle is right here. Oh, it's a pain. It's not like on Etsy. I have to do it in a. I mean, it would be much easier for me to just do that. I have a lot of other pictures to upload, Star. I'm starting to get tired. Yeah, I'm gonna put this on and then we'll take a break. Because as I said, if I weren't on the, oh yeah, what I wanted to say. I think I figured out what's been going on lately. I guess the so-called, because I'm still not convinced that I have fibromyalgia. I think it's mostly all that chemo damage that they cannot really find the name for. But every time I have one of these flares, because I don't know how to call them otherwise, it's not so much related to pain as it is to fatigue. And it's nothing really that I can do, you know, it's just that I am so tired that I'm falling asleep left and right. I mean, I wouldn't eat because I'm too tired to get off the couch and go to the kitchen and get me something. But I feel like I got out of it. I've been feeling way more energetic today. So, because these last few days was the most horrible. Okay, so this is the pre-trimming. It's just the rough trimming. And then on this one, we are going to put this down, right? So let me give it a nice cut here. And all the shavings can go on earrings or a bracelet. Yeah, but Sharon is more like, it's as bad as it was when I was having chemo, so it's not something that I can control, because normally I just push through stuff, but when this happens I can't. And what irritates me the most is that I've been complaining of extreme fatigue for what? Soon it's gonna be 2 years. And it's like, I don't know. I mean, what the heck? I'm telling you I cannot have a normal life. And you don't know? Well, it can be this. Well, did you check? Can we check? Can we see what can be done about it? Because I'd really like to be living normal again, or at least live at least half of 12 hours a day. Live at least 12 hours a day. Not just 6 or 7 when I'm not sleeping. You know what I mean? Okay, and here we can put a foam metal thingy. So first let's get this nice and yeah, I'm going to have to lay down after this for a while at least. Okay, so first you want to remove any corner hairs. Then your first thing is to make sure that this is the best in terms of flatness. You want to make sure that it's fully flat. Then I usually get one of the Tiny Pandora's cane benders because they are easier on my hand, and I just go on the edge here at a 45 degrees angle. And I go all the way at this 45 degrees angle. And do the same on the inside. But I'll show you a trick with this specific necklace baking blank, because there's a thing that makes it look absolutely fabulous when we are talking about edges. Okay, watch this. If I put it flat here, right? Let me actually take off the zoom. No more zoom. Yay. Okay, so with the regular roller, just go straight, and it's going to make a beautiful edge. Not only that, it's going to even cut the edge. Okay, let me put this other one. But go straight. Perfect. I'm taking a lot of vitamin D, trust me, a ton. Okay, then I'm going to continue on this other end, but this time I'm going to go more towards the edge, and again the clay will separate itself. Your only issue where you have to be careful is at the very end there. So I'm going first 45 degrees angle, then slowly going down. 45 degrees angle, then slowly going down. And you'll have to come and fix something, because when you're doing this, I'll show you what happens. And 45 degrees angle, going down to cut the excess. And you can come with your X-Acto knife, but before doing that, first of all, make sure your tile is nice and clean, because when you're doing all that stuff, what's going to happen is going to lift the lip here. Yeah, I'm taking 5,000 a day, D3, because the regular D doesn't do much for me. And with all the sun that we have here after cataract surgery, I'm not very comfortable being outside. So you have all of this nice and pretty now. And we can go with the X-Acto knife and do the very fine trimming. And whatever is left after that can be done in sanding. Whatever is not very pretty after that. And let's work again a little bit on the, what did I do here? A little bit of a thread of something. And there we go. As I said, when there's stuff that's not perfect, you can make it perfect in sanding. And now for the, let's make a little metal-like thing here. Yes, or you can put a base first, you know, of like one thickness, and then use one that's a little thinner to do something else. Okay, so this work? I'm trying to figure out what to put there. Feather? No. The butterfly is too much. Let's see. The Premo marketing one. No. I'm not happy with it. Let me see. I know that I had a leaf somewhere. Hold on. Let me look in my mold. We can do a feather. This Trish has, at least, because I'm trying not to use something that is hard for you to find. Okay, so a little feather thingy, and I need some grayish mud clay, grayish greenish. Okay, this should work. If you don't know how to do this, there's a tutorial I have out there that's about how to do for oxidized metal without using patina. And you learn there how to do various base colors for faux metal from scrap clay. Okay, so let's place some. I mean, this one is a little bit soft, but it's not as soft as the just Sugarcraft ones. Let me see if it's one that needs the exact amount or it can be scraped off. Without scraping the mold. Nope, it needs the exact amount. Okay, that's what it needs, that's what we are going to do. No, you can find it at Trish. So it's hard to use. I guess I'm gonna put it. I think that this is from Trish. I'm not sure. I think I might put it to the side because I'm not happy with it. Let's look for something else. I got a butterfly. I need to see where I got this, if it's in the influencer store or if it is in Trish's store, because I am not entirely sure. Let's see. And this is definitely too hard for this kind of stuff, so let me try and find a softer one. There we go. This should work fine. This is Ceramic Metallics. So I'm gonna use some silver and a little bit of teal. I think it is teal. Not entirely sure. Okay, I'm going to mix them now. See how this goes. Yeah, it would. Yes, gold will be stunning. It's awesome on that. I normally use the antique brass in the Prima marketing, I think it's the best to get that. But this is not super soft, so let's see how this works. I think that it probably works better with even softer clay than this. Let's see. I'm starting to get challenged. Okay, this is Bacon Bond. This is, what is this? What is this? No, this is translucent. You know what? Let me try and see, because I think that one of my cernids was super soft when I was working with it, and I'm trying to remember which of them it was. Let me see. Because I'll use that one. That one is super soft. It was either the copper or the rust. They might have gotten harder, because I had to generally with these Cernit metallics I need to leave them outside for a while because they are so soft out of the yeah, it is green. It is steel mixed with silver. Let's try this. Yes, it always looks like metal. Those waxes are absolutely fabulous. Now see, this is still not soft enough. I'm going to, no, it's too big to use it. It's so hard to find a good mold. It's super hard. And I don't want to use molds that you don't have, or they are hard to find, because I have a ton of molds that are older, but those people aren't even selling on Etsy anymore, you know? So I'm trying to find something that, no, let's use a heart. Or, this is cheaper. I'll try do two things, okay? One that's cheaper and one that's more expensive. And not get over the paper towels. Okay, because Prima Marketing has this. That is absolutely fabulous for making all kinds of things. And it's good to, yes, I saw actually saw the photos. Okay, so let's see, which of them should I use? This one looks the proper size. So let's first make a bead with no folding lines, because this is a mica clay and we don't want folding lines. And let's flatten it a little bit so it would go in there faster. This is a good quality mold. This is what a mold should be. Pretty lazy. It's Prima marketing, and it's in the, it should be in the, it's both on PolyClay Play and in the influencer store, but it's more expensive than this. I think this is like, I don't know, I would have to check. Hold on, let me see. Molds. Mold making. Where's my molds? By the way, you might want to look more because I found some musical boxes, some clock mechanisms. I added shipping supplies in the US store. Some new magnets. Okay. I still didn't find the molds. I have molds. I swear I have molds in the store. I'm just trying to find. There we go. Let me see if I have them here. Yes. And actually there's two. There's three that have flowers like this in the influencer store. There's one like this and another one even prettier. It's called medallions. Oh, this one is not available. Oh, crap. But let me look at Trish, because Trish has it for sure, because that's where I got it from. Let's look in molds. Okay, this is not, it's IOD mold, sorry, it's Iron Orchid Designs, not, it was sold by Prima Marketing, but it's not sold by Prima Marketing anymore. Okay, so you have a whole thing here. Let me put you the link in the chat for the Iron Orchid design. And you can see there that there's the third one, the Baroque #1 has some, is that the one? No, Baroque #2 has some flowers there that you can use for this kind of stuff. Then as you keep going down, there's also some smaller ones that are 686, and then there's, I'm trying to find it. It's, there you go, Rustic Fleur. This is exactly this, Rustic Fleur. Let me put the link to it directly. Yeah, I know. I'm going to try to, I didn't get to the molds yet in the UK store, but I'll look for them. As I said, it takes a while to fill all that store. Okay, now let me try with this. This, unfortunately, you won't find on Amazon anymore. Unfortunately, because Trish doesn't sell on Amazon. So, let's see what we can do here. We can do several roses. First of all, I'm gonna make a bead. I'm gonna flatten it and I'm gonna put it through here. Again, good quality mold. One rose. And then we're gonna make another rose, because this has like roses to make a rose bouquet. All right. If you don't have cosmetic sponges, you can use wax paper. But these, I get them from the Big Lots or the dollar store. I did put some in the applicators, and I think it's in the applicators section in the influencer store. But a lot of the stuff is in the influencer store, but I recommend you buy it from somewhere else, because on Amazon it's more expensive than in your corner dollar store. Okay, second rose. So we can do one of two things. We can do this. Let me switch the camera so you can see better what I'm talking about. We can do this, right? Or we can do this. How do you think you like it the better? Yes, the waxes, they are there, but I was talking about the best flexible molds. The one that I used last. So, which of them do you like the most? I pronounce my name Day. Rachel. Kalyana is the name of the channel, not my name. Or we can just put this here, and then we can make a few but honestly I wouldn't put this yet. I would first be, and I'm going to explain to you why. Because if I put this here already, that means that I cannot sand and buff this to perfection, because this thing will be in the way. But after I bake this and I sand it and I buff it, then I will use one of these. I don't know, I'm not sure yet, but I will definitely post a photo on the Facebook page and in the community here. Yeah, I think I like this one better too. It's more focally, you know, it kind of draws the eye better. Let's see how it looks with wax on it. Of course we can try, right? Okay, and I'm gonna use aged brass because I think the color would match the best, both the faux metal thingy here, and it's something I don't like here. So I don't like this. I know that's how the mold is, but I'd rather have it like this. You know, a little bit more. I mean, just because a mold is in a certain way, that's no reason not to. If you feel like you want to change anything to it, just go ahead and do it. Okay, let's see how this looks. Okay. And once it's going to be nice, nicely buffed, it's going to be even better. Right? When it's going to be all nice and shiny. Looks vintagey. I might put something in the middle here, maybe a rhinestone. Just a small, delicate one. You know, yeah, this one, let me show you how this one looks, when it's buffed, because I should have a necklace here. Yeah, this is how it looks like, only that this one was made with a mix of jungle and silver. But this is how it looks like once it's nicely buffed. It's this. Yeah, this wax is the best wax ever. But see how it looks exactly perfectly metallic. You wouldn't know it's not metal. And I can even focus it for you closer, but got the corner played with it. Yeah, I do have cat hairs all over the place. It absolutely totally makes everything look metal. So yeah, so that's what I will be doing, and hopefully next Sunday we'll do some Halloween stuff. Yeah, no, this was a sponsored tutorial. Okay, but it will be up for sale soon, so you'll be able to purchase it if you like it. There's 3 different one. Is this one? There's a white and the blue. Hold on. Well, I don't mind the white and blue. I think it might be sold. I'm not sure. This is the the other violet. This is marbled necklaces tutorial. And they are all translucent and stuff. Alrighty. I shall see you next Sunday, and in the meanwhile, remember, there's a, you want to check Facebook, because I might be posting stuff on Facebook, and you want to check the new group, if I can reach here. But now I really need to go lay down because my back is killing me. So I'll see you all next Sunday, if not before, on Facebook. And thank you for being here with me. And have a happy clean day. Goodbye. I forgot to